Hey, everybody, and welcome back for another deep dive with us.
It's great to be back.
Before we get started, though,
Yeah.
we really want to acknowledge the wildfires that have been happening in Los Angeles.
It's been devastating to see.
Really tough time for so many people out there.
Yeah.
So we encourage you to support the relief efforts if you can in any way.
Absolutely.
Now, on a brighter note,
Let's get to it.
can we just take a second to talk about how amazing the response has been to our first show?
It's been incredible.
We're so blown away, seriously. Your messages have been just phenomenal.
So much great feedback.
Yeah, you guys are awesome. And a huge shout out to Martha Wagner, Randolph Nini, and Luis.
You guys rock.
Your feedback seriously means the world to us, so thank you so much.
It really does.
So for today's deep dive, we had some really interesting requests from you guys.
Some good ones.
And we're going to try to tackle two big ones.
Let's do it.
The Oscars
The Oscars.
and the Billboard charts.
Ooh, this will be good.
All right, so we're going to uncover some hidden gems, some surprising insights that you might have missed. So get ready for a double dose of pop culture goodness.
I'm ready. Are you?
I am so ready.
Let's go.
Let's jump right in.
Okay, so, I always find it fascinating how these two worlds kind of collide.
Yeah,
You got movies and music,
totally.
and they always seem to influence each other.
Absolutely.
I mean, a killer soundtrack
Oh, yeah.
can make a good movie unforgettable.
Oh, yeah.
And then on the flip side, you have a hit film
Right.
that can launch a song to the top of the charts.
Oh, absolutely. I'm already picturing that iconic scene.
Oh, yeah,
I'm not going to spoil it.
Don't spoil it.
But you know the one.
I know exactly what you're talking
It's
about.
all about the music.
Music makes the moment.
Totally.
Okay, so let's start with the Oscars.
Sure.
We're seeing some early buzz around films that are tackling some really, important social issues
Interesting.
head on.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay.
So there's this one drama. It's set against the backdrop of the California wildfires, actually. And it's generating some serious awards chatter.
Really?
It's called Embers.
Embers.
And it's getting a lot of attention for its really powerful performances.
Wow.
And, obviously the timely subject matter.
Yeah, that's incredibly relevant, especially given what's been happening in L.A.
Yeah, for sure.
And I feel like it's such a powerful example of how art can reflect what's going on in the world
Totally.
and even help us process it.
Absolutely.
But let's not forget about those underdogs.
The underdogs always come through.
What else is catching your eye?
Well, there's this indie comedy.
Ooh, I love a good indie comedy.
This one's called The Sun, also sets in Brooklyn.
Okay.
And it's generating some buzz for a very different reason.
Okay. I'm intrigued.
It's shot entirely on Super 8 film.
What?
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Which gives it this really unique, almost nostalgic feel.
I love that.
And that combined with its quirky humor
Yeah.
really seems to be resonating with critics.
That's awesome. I love that they're using this vintage film format in a modern comedy.
It's a cool twist.
Yeah, it's like a love letter to old school filmmaking,
It is.
but with a fresh contemporary story. I definitely want to check that out.
You got to see it.
So, okay, we've got intense drama reflecting current events and a quirky indie comedy with a retro vibe.
Yeah.
This Oscars race is already sounding pretty diverse.
It is. And speaking of diversity,
Ooh, good transition.
let's shift gears to the Billboard charts.
All right, let's do it.
Those January charts,
Yeah.
they're always a great indicator of what's to come in the music world.
Oh, for sure.
Pop music is still holding strong at the top,
Of course.
but there's some really exciting genre bending happening that I think you'll find really interesting.
Oh, all ears tell me everything.
Okay, well, there's this artist, Kai,
Okay.
who's blending Latin rhythms with electronica.
Wow.
And their new song, Sol Invictus, is absolutely blowing up the charts.
Soul and Victor.
Just super catchy.
I bet he...
But it's also got this really intricate layering of sounds that makes it stand out from typical pop music.
Oh, wow. I think I know exactly what you're talking about.
You know it.
I heard that song the other day and it totally got stuck in my head.
It's an earworm for sure.
But I wouldn't have necessarily classified it as just pop.
Right.
It definitely has a more complex sound.
Exactly. It's a great example of how artists are pushing boundaries and creating something fresh and exciting.
Totally. So I'm curious, with all this talk about these socially conscious films getting Oscar buzz,
Yeah.
do you think we're seeing similar themes reflected in the music topping the charts?
That's a great question. I haven't noticed any direct parallels in terms of lyrical content,
Okay.
but what is interesting is that both the film Embers and Kai's music, while being in completely different mediums, are playing with these elements of nostalgia.
Oh, interesting.
So Embers uses the wildfires, which have sadly become a recurring event, to explore these themes of loss and resilience. And Kai's music, with this blend of traditional Latin rhythms and futuristic electronic sounds,
Yeah.
seems to be tapping into a similar sense of longing for the past while also embracing the future.
That is a really insightful connection. I hadn't thought about it that way, but it makes total sense.
It's there.
So it seems like both the Oscars race and the Billboard charts are showcasing a blend of the timely and the timeless.
I think you nailed it.
All right, well, this has been an awesome deep dive into the worlds of film and music.
This was fun.
Any final thoughts or provocative question to leave our listeners with?
Okay, so I think it would be interesting for everyone to consider, how do you think the visual storytelling of film and the emotional power of music influence and shape each other? And do you think we'll see more crossovers between these two worlds in the future?
Ooh, I like that.
We'd love to hear your thoughts.
Awesome. Thanks for joining us, everyone.
See you next time.